Good morning, dear students. Today I will be teaching you square and square roots. In this chapter, we have to see the numbers, how a small number becomes a big number when we multiply with its own by itself. For an example, if I write 2 multiplied with 2, the result will be 4. 3 multiplied with 3, it will be called 9. Now, similarly, if I have 12 multiplied with 12 is equal to 144. So, this number, the number which when multiplied by itself, the result that we get is called square of that number. The number which is multiplied by itself, and the result obtained, the number which is multiplied by itself and the result obtained is called square of the number. So here 144 is called square of 12, 9 is called square of 3. Now all these numbers are called perfect squares. All these numbers are called perfect square because it is multiplied by itself. When we will take out the square root, now this is called the square, whereas 12, if we read from this side, if we are reading, then we have to read as 12 is called the square of 12, whereas if I write 12 is called the square root of 144. 12 is called the square root of 144. If from bigger number to smaller number we read, then we will call this is the square of smaller number. If we write smaller number, bigger number that side, then this number will be called as square root of the 144. I hope you understood. Now how to calculate the square root? 144 root under of bigger number is equal to 12. If we write, it will be 12 into 12 inside this, and then answer will come 12. 12 is equal to 12. Or else if you want x, what is the square root of this, then we will be calculating. In class 7, I hope we have discussed square and square root. Here also again we are having the numbers square and square roots. I hope you won't be having any problem in writing and understanding this. What is a square and what is a square root? Now, in some of the books you will see, in place of this symbol, this root, this is called surd. This is read as surd, S-U-R-D, surd. Okay. So to remove this, if I am having a number x raised root under x is equal to surd, by default here we have 2 in it. By default we have 2 in it, so it is called as a square root. If it is written 3, then it will be called as cube root. If we have 4, then we will be calling as fourth root of x. It is called cube root. Here it is called, this symbol is called surd. And this 2, if it is written or even if it is not written, we assume by default that it is a square root only, so it is read as square root. It is read as square root. Here it is read as cube root. Then we have fourth power of x, square root cube root of x, fourth power of x. If we have 5, then we say fifth power of x. Now this 2 here means this 2 is also can be written as, now this 2, if we want to remove this 2 by default, then we will write x raised power 1 by 2. Okay, this number, this can be written as x raised power 1 by 3. This will be written as x raised power 1 by 4. This will be written as x raised power 1 by 5. That is why it is called as 1 by 12, or we can say second root, second power of x, third power of x, fourth power of x, fifth power of x, sixth power of x, and so on. So this 2 is square root. Generally we have the term for this second power, we say square root of x. For 3 we say cube root of x, certain numbers. Now by default in everywhere, wherever you will see only this square root, this 2 will not be mentioned here, and certain numbers like 9 is mentioned, then you have to take out square root. If it is given root under 27, then it is not a perfect square, because if you multiply 3 into 3 into 3, correct, this is a square root. Now we know we have to take out pair number 1, pairing and then taking out like this, so it won't be a perfect square. But if it is given like third power or cube root of 27, then what we will do, 3 into 3 into 3 root under, because of this 3 we will make a pair of 3 numbers, so the answer will be 3 here. Here we make group of 2, we make group of 2, that is why we get 3. If we are having group of 2, we can factorize this into group of 2, then we will be taking out one number. If we are having group of 3, here it is written 3, then we have to make group of 3 of that factorization, and then we will take out. If we are having fourth power, then 4, group of 4 we have to take out, we have to write and then take out only one number instead of that. I hope it is clear. For cube root, that is the next chapter after this chapter, we will be studying in half yearly portion, but for square root and squares we will be reading for our quarterly syllabus. So I will be explaining you here how to find out the square roots. So if we have like 9 and they are asking cube root of 9, so you have to see 3 into 3, that is 3, group of 2. Now if you have 144 for an example, cube root, so you will break it. If you factorize this, prime factorization if you will do, you will see here, let's see here only 144 prime factorization. 2 7s are 14, 2 2s are 4, 2 36 are, 2 18s are, 2 9s are, 3 3s are, 3 1s are. Now you have to write all the numbers, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3, correct? 2 times 3, 2 times 3, 2 times 2, group and then group. Now for this grouping you will write one time, only one time, then again one time, again one time. When you are writing, when you are making the group of the two numbers, same numbers, and when you are writing it outside one time, then no need to put this square root. Observe this, first line is same as it is, we have done the prime factorization of 144. After doing the prime factorization of 144, what we are doing, we are making a pair of two numbers, pair of similar two numbers, 3 3 3, one pair, 2 2, one pair, 2 2, again one pair. Now for this one pair we are taking out one number, 2 2 3. Now multiply 2 2s are 4 3s are 12. So this is our answer. So the square root of 144 will be 12. Now in the same way, if I have 121, square root of 121, prime factorization we will do 1 2 1. Is it divisible by 2? Is it divisible by 3? Is it divisible by 4? Come on, do it like this. Then if you go up to 11, you will see 11 into 11 is 121. So it will be 11 multiplied with 11. Now we have to find the square root. By default it is not mentioned. It is not mentioned 2 3. So this will be always called as square root. Now group of two numbers. So you got here 11 is your answer. Now to understand these are the lengthy process. Now to understand what will be our unit place and ones place, there are certain properties. Before that, let me first write all the square roots up to 20, and so that it will be easy for us to identify the unit place of any square root. As you can see, my dear student, I have drawn one table, not exactly table, I have just written the numbers and their squares. So 1 square is equal to 1, 2 square is equal to 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 and so on up to 20. Now I have also drawn one lines. You can see this group. When we have unit place of square root equal to 1, square is equal to 1, then its square is also 1, 2, then it's 4. See here, 1 is with 9. For an example, how to understand this? if I have 121, find the square root of 121. The root place is 1, unit place is 1, so definitely its square root will also be equal to 1. 11 is called the square root of 121, so square root of 121 is equal to 11, unit place 1, here 1. If I have like another number, let's take 169. So 169, though we know the answer, so see here, the root is 9, 9, where is 9 here? Either it will be this one or this one. For bigger number, it will be easy for us to calculate the values. So here 17 and 13. Now if I ask you one more question, wait. Now dear students, I have told you root under 169 is equal to 13. Now how to identify? I will be taking with smaller numbers. Now let us take like to make a pair of 2, and then this number will be left 1. Now when we see unit place 9, either it will be, the unit place will be either 3 or 7. That means cube square root of 169, the unit place of root 169 is 9, and 9, if we see, if it is coming either here with the help of 3, either it may be the unit place 3 or it may be the unit place 7. So I understood. Let's take separately, we will write. Now so for this, unit place will be either 3 or either 7, either of these two. Now the remaining number, which is here 1, now 1 will be lying between 1, exactly it is lying here only, but let's see if it is not lying. In the other case I will tell you. So 1 and 2, here 1, so 1 will be lying here, either it will be 13 or 17. Now you see 13, either the answer may be, I told you 169 is a number, the unit place is 9, so the unit place of square root will be either 3 or 7, because from this table, from this diagram I am showing you that square of 3 is equal to 9, square of 7 is equal to 49. Other than these two numbers, we don't see any 9, we don't see any place that is having 9. So either my unit place will be 3 or 7. Now the remaining digits we will see, it is 1. Now 1 is exactly here, so the number may be either 13 or 17, correct? Now see this 13 and this remaining digit is 1. So 1 is this number 1 is nearer to 13 or nearer to 17. So the answer will be, the 1 is, this number is nearer to 13, so your answer will become 13. Now I will take another example so that it will be more clear. 1089. Let's take an example of 1089. Now we will make a pair of 2, 2. From last 10 we have to make a pair of always 2, because we are finding the square root. Now again I have selected one number which is having 9. So the unit place will be either 3 or 7, correct? Now this 10 is coming in between 3 square is 9 and 4 square is 16. So the number 10 will be lying here somewhere. It will be lying between 9 and 16. So if it is lying before 9 and 16, so what I will be taking? Either it will be 33 or it will be 47, because it is lying between 3 and 4, square of 3 and 4. So either it will be 33, 33, 37, right? 33, 37 or 43, 47. Correct. These four numbers will be coming. Now if we see this number 10 will be again the same method. 1 is lying nearer to this number or nearer to this number. So the answer will be 23. 10 is lying nearer to this number or nearer to this number. Here the difference is 23. Here the difference is 27. Here the difference is 37. Here the difference is 33. So this is the nearer one here. So the answer will be 33. I hope it is clear. One more example I will take. Let's take example of 1225. 12 to 5. Pairing of 2, 2. Now the unit place will be only 5. We know 5 into 5 will be 25. Here see 5, 0 will always give 0. So it is clear that it is 5 only. Now this 12 will come either between 3 square 9 and 4 square 16. So the answer may be either 35 or 45, correct? As I told you, this number you have to select. So either the answer will be 35 or 45. Now we have to see this 12. We have to see this 12, whether this 12 is nearer to this one or nearer to this one. So if you subtract these two, you will get 23, 33. So this number is nearer, this 12 is nearer to 35. So we have to always take a nearer number. So the answer will be 35. 70, 56. Another number like 70, 56. 2 pair, 2 pair. 56. Unit place is 6. So either it will come from 4. 4 square is 16 or 6 square is 36. This means the pair of 4 and 6. So the unit place may be either 4 or 6. 4 square is 16, 6 square is 36. So unit place we decided. Now we will see where does this 70 lies. Now 70 will lie between 80, 64 and 81. So the number may be either 84 or 86 or 94, 96. These four numbers. It may be either between these four numbers. Now we will place this 70. It will be nearer to this. Will it be 14? Here it will be 16. Here it will be 24. Here it will be 26. So 14 is nearer. 14 is nearer to 70. So the answer will be 84. Understood? In this way you practice few more examples in your rough copy or in your maths copy. Better you practice in your maths classwork copy or school copy. Now one more thing, how to find the square of 5. Especially I will be telling the numbers with having unit digit 5. 5 square is 25. 15 square is 225. Then 25 square is 625. 35 square is 1225. 45 square is 2025. 55 square will be equal to 2530. Now it is very easy. You all can also write in the same way, the way I am writing. 65 means 25, 425. 75 square will be equal to 25, 56 and so on. Now how I am writing this very fastly. Now the only trick here is, see here 15 square I am writing. 15 square. Unit place is square. Then what is the number left here? 1. 1 will be multiplied with the next consecutive number. 1, then we are having next number is 2. 2 into 1, 2. Now if you see 45 square is this much. So 45 square, 5 square is 25. 4 will be multiplied with the next number. That means 5. 5 into 4, 5 into 4, 20. So you got the answer. Now like 65, like 5 5s are 25. 6 and the next number is 7. 6 7s are 42. Now if I have 85 square, 5 5s are 25. 8 into 9. Next number 8 9s are 72. Now we are having like 105. 5 5s are 25. 10 multiplied with 11, 110. So your answer will be 11025. Now in this way you can verify how we are doing, my dear students. We are multiplying 5 square and then whatever digit is left, we have to multiply with the next consecutive number. 4 multiplied with 5, 6 multiplied with 7, 8 multiplied with 9, 10 multiplied with 11 and so on. In this way we can easily find the squares of any number having unit place 5, but it is not applicable for all other numbers. So do remember, it is not applicable for all other numbers except 5, that you will be squaring the first digit, that means unit place, and then the remaining numbers you will multiply it with consecutive next number, consecutive natural number, or consecutive next number only. Obviously it is a natural number. Now one more thing, my dear student, when a number ends with either 1, 4, 9, 6, 5, these all numbers, if the unit place of the given number is 14965, in most of the cases in this chapter, from this chapter, if questions come either between in this school examination or any competitive examination, they ask you to find out the square root then you have to see first whether the number is unit place is 14965. If it is, then there are maximum chances that it will be a perfect square. Generally in examination they give perfect squares only to find out the square root of perfect squares. Okay, perfect square, so you have to see whether it is 14965. If it is like that in the unit place, then definitely you will be able to use this method. You can usually use this method and find out the square root of that particular number. One more property I have to deal here, that is, if the digits in the square root, if the digits in any of the squares are n digits, suppose a number is having 169, it is having how many digits? 1, 2, 3. The answer is 13. How many digits are there? 2 digits, correct. 3 digits square root is equal to 2 digits. Now the rule says that if it is having n digits, square root is having n digits, then the answer will be n plus 1 by 2th digits. Means here 3 plus 1, 3 plus 1 by 2, that is 2 digits. Understood? If I am having 3 digits, I will be getting 2 digit answer, provided this n is odd. If n is an even number, like in case of 1089, 1089 having how many digits? 4 digits. It was a perfect square, we have seen recently. Now we have seen, so how many digits? So its square will be n by 2. That means 4 divided by 2, 2, and the answer was 3. Do you remember? So here if we have odd number of digits, then the number of digits will be n plus 1 by 2th. If we have even number of digits, then we have to find n by 2th digit. That means 2 digits will come. This is the digit positions. How many digits here? Digits. I hope it is clear. For an example, let's take 25. So it is a 2 digit number. So the answer was 1. How? 2 by 2 is equal to 1. So what I mean to say was, if a perfect square has n digits, then its square root will have n by 2 digits if n is an even number. If a perfect square is having n digits, then it will be having 2 digits if it is an even number. If a perfect square is having 3 digits, its digit will be n plus 1 by 2 digits, provided n is odd. Here n is odd, so you will be applying formula n plus 1 by 2. Here n is even, so you will be applying n by 2. Here n is odd, here n is equal to odd, so the formula will become n plus 1 by 2. If n is equal to even, then formula will become n by 2. This is what is the proper, this is the property states, this is the statement of the property, sorry. Now to finding the square root of the numbers, we have two methods. First is prime factorization method. Prime factorization. Second is long division. Long division method. Now this both we have already seen, but once again I will be explaining you here. Let's take an example by using prime factorization. 6 to 5, we all know that it is a perfect square. Now the method we used to follow was 5 ones are correct. Now we used to write 6 to 5 root under is equal to root under, how many times they are written? 5 times, 4 times. Correct. We used to make a pair of 2. So pair, sorry, not 2, pair, and then 5 multiplied with 5, 25. Now in the same way, in our textbook we have sums like 2, 8, okay, 7, 8, 4 you take, 7, 8, 4. Now we have to find the square root of this. So roughly, first we will take out we will use prime factorization method and then find out. 2 3s are 6, 2 3s are 2 9s are 18, 2 2s are 4. Then 2 1s are 2, 2 9s are 18, 2 6 are 12. 2 9s are 18, then 2 8s are 16, 2 49s are 7, 7s are. Now we all got these numbers, so what we can do? 784 will be root under 2 multiplied with 2 multiplied with 2 multiplied with 2, how many times? 4 times, then 7 into 7. Now our task was to make pair of similar numbers, same numbers. So 2 for this 2 for this 7. So 2 2s are 4 into 7, 28. So our answer will be 28. This is prime factorization method. All of you please practice this prime factorization method and then solve question number 1, 2. Question number 1, 2 and 3. Here it is given by long division method, but please do not use long division method for practice right now. You use prime factorization method only. And one more thing, I have given you the trick to find out the square root, that using unit place and tens place digit. That also you practice with all these numbers. It will be good for you to practice so that it will help you in future. I hope you all will practice. So please solve question number 1, 2 and 3. Question number 3 is given using long division method, but for some time you don't use long division method. Since I have not taught you right now, I will be teaching you in next video lecture. So right now you use only prime factorization method to calculate the square root, so that you will have enough problems to calculate and enough sums to practice. I hope you all will do. Thank you.